This video is sponsored by depression. It's good to cry. Hi everyone, my name is Donna Duck. Welcome to Duck Talk with Donna, my discussion channel where every topic that I discuss. This video's topic of discussion is about the fears of life. Now, there's a lot of fears that people have. People are scared of clowns. People are afraid of heights. People are afraid of the pile of things in your room that looks like a person staring at you at 3 a.m. that has you looking like this. There's a lot of fears. Some of them are rational, some of them are irrational. But people have their own fears, and I would say that's valid. People have their own fears. That's valid. Now, this video is about the fears of, I guess, becoming an adult. That's the best way I think I can describe it. What I'm talking about. I am 17, and I have a couple of months before I turn 18, which I would be a legal adult. And just some things about just being an adult, the responsibilities, I guess, just been scaring me lately. I've just been thinking about it a lot. So in this video, I wanted to share some of those fears that has got me like, oh, I want to be a kid forever, even though I don't want to be an adult. I don't want to be a kid. All right, so I got a list, so let's get into it. The first fear is kids, just kids. And like, duh, obviously that's a fear that I think everybody should have. Kids are a menace to society. Kids are draining mentally, physically. Kids are gross. Kids are just a whole mess that I will avoid. Kids are just not it. The before, during, after of kids is just no thanks. Like, go away. That's not for me. And just the thought of kids being around, just the thought of waking up and being like, I gotta take care of this thing. No thanks. I don't know what exactly about it scares me. Maybe it's because I know I would not be a good mom because I do not have the patience to love for something like that. Like, to be caring, I guess. Like, I can't even describe the duties of a mom because I don't want to be that. I don't like that role. And I don't understand why people want to have kids. I really don't. Kids are a financial burden. You have this thing depending on you to feed it, to take care of it, to pay for things that it will need for 18 years. And why would you ever put yourself through that mental drain? And then the whole part of actually carrying it first, like, you gotta go through a lot of pain. Look, my mom had 8 kids, so I seen her in pain. Like, why would you ever put yourself through that? And you hear the stories of people who had kids saying it was awful, saying that they were in so much pain. So why would you ever put yourself through that? You know what? Like, I don't understand. I really don't. Honestly, growing up with so many kids in my family, that's probably what scarred me for life. Like, my 2 little brothers, especially, like my 2 youngest brothers, were just awful. And I mean that, like, I love them, of course, but like, they were just awful. Like, just taking care of them, I am so mentally drained, and like, I'm not even an adult yet. Just thinking about that experience of just taking care of them is just so traumatic that I can sit here and tell you all day why you shouldn't have kids based off of them. And then there's more because I got other siblings too. So, I'm afraid of kids, and I think other people should be afraid of kids too. Like, that's just a fear that everybody needs to have, I don't understand why people have kids. I really don't. Alright, so the next one is debt. Obviously, this is a fear that people should have. You should fear to be in debt, not just financially, but also to a person. You don't want to owe someone your life. You don't want to owe someone, like, just someone do you a favor and then you owe that person for life. That's the way I see it. You know, you can be nice and help each other out, but like having a debt towards someone is just thinking about that scares me. And then of course the financial debt, which is a bigger fear. You know, I dropped out of school, so I don't plan on going to college for like 8+ years. All right, I do plan on going to college to further my career, but like not for 8 years, not to the point where I'll be spending the rest of my life paying off that debt. Like, that's what I'm afraid of, spending the rest of my life until I'm in my middle age paying off the debt, and I know I would end up regretting it. So I'm gonna avoid that completely. But I still fear just having that financial debt. I still fear just having that financial debt. Just thinking about it. Like, I'm thinking of, when I think about it, I'm thinking of like, what can I do to make sure I don't get into the debt, and if I do, what can I do to get out of the debt? You know what I mean? So like, obviously I'm thinking of this fear, but I'm also thinking of how I can fix it, even though it hasn't happened. The next one is being broke. This is similar to debt, but it's more of like a present thing. You know, it's sad when you, like, I shouldn't be laughing, but like, it's sad that when you can't be able to support yourself, you know. And you go back on the kids, it's even sadder when you can't support your kids. So like, why would you ever have kids? Like, going back to that, be afraid of kids. Like, if I'm promoting something in this video, it's that. But you know, actually recently someone used my card. It wasn't me. So my bank like canceled that card and I had to order a new one. So for 3 days I was without money. I didn't have any cash on me, and I was pretty much broke. Like, even though I had money, I couldn't access it. So I was broke, and it wasn't that bad. But I know if I had bills to pay, you know, if I had no money, if I had no gas, I would be in some big trouble. Like, that would be a miserable life, you know. And just thinking about just having enough money to survive, just making sure I have enough money to survive, it's just a scary thought. And it really has me thinking of like the things that I have, the things that I have that like it's not beneficial to my survival, you know. And I'm so grateful for that. And just having this fear of being broke has really opened my eyes more to what I can do to make sure I'm not broke, like, for good. You know, I started getting cash back every time I go to the store. I get cash back, so I'll make sure I have some cash no matter what, like rainy day fund, because you never know what can happen. Alright, so the last thing is people. Just people. I am afraid of people. And when I explain to people that I'm afraid of people, some of them understand and some of them don't. And all I can say is, if you don't understand why some people fear people, then you're probably the type of person that we fear. Honestly, people are exhausting. You know, it's just having a relationship with someone, just talking to them, just like seeing them every day. That's so exhausting, and it's like, it's so mentally draining. And I honestly, I can't get on board with having these people in my life that I gotta make sure I keep a relationship with. And it's probably why I don't have many friends. I'm okay with that. I don't know, I'm afraid of people. I can't really explain it like in a way that would be nice. Like, I can say some mean stuff, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna just put it at that. I'm afraid of people. So with that being said, those are the 4 biggest fears I have of becoming an adult. You know, it's just in my mind, they all seem completely rational. It seems like fears that people should have in order to think. And I also want to say, even though I fear these things, I'm not going to let these fears stop me from furthering my life. I'm not going to let these fears stop me from growing, and you know, I'm afraid of people, but I'm not gonna stop that from me. I'm not gonna let that stop me from, you know, letting whoever's gonna come in my life come in my life. If someone decides to be my friend, all right, fine. If they decide they don't want to be my friend anymore, all right, fine. I honestly don't care. Honestly, I prefer to be alone. You know, I got my dog, and that's it. You know, we're cool. That's all I need. All right. And you know, people come and go. That's just life. And I know I can't predict the future. I have no idea, like, if I'll ever be in debt. I have no idea if I'll ever be broke one day. I'm sure the time will come where I am struggling a bit for money, but I'm not gonna let that stop me from being a human being, because that's really what it is. That's what being a human being is. You gotta survive. But I fear these things, and I wanted to share these fears because I feel like other people should fear them too. In order to think rationally, in order to plan ahead, people need to fear things, you know? Just use your fears to grow. So anyways, that's it for this video. That's all I got for this video. If you like this video, that's great. If you found this video relatable, that's also great. You're in the right direction, you're on the right track. If you didn't find these things, these fears relatable, maybe you should start thinking about it, because honestly, there might be something going on, alright? But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified for further videos, which will be soon. And until the next video.